know, Randy, I've been hearing a lot of talk that you don't think Ox Baker was the greatest talker in the history of wrestling. You had a lot of guys in mind. Well, I want to tell you right now, Randy, when I used to step up in front of that mic and tell people I love to hurt people, some guys had to go to the restroom and change their shorts. And when I told some old fat woman in the front row, Randy, to sit down, she sat down. And when I told some hillbilly to scrape the mud off of his shoes or I had to throw it out of the arena, you know what they did, Randy? They'd take their shoes off and put them underneath the table. Because, Randy, I was blessed with the greatest speaking voice in the history of wrestling. And in 40 years, I've had a lot of guys step up and say, Ox, I guess I got to be number 2 because Ox Baker is in wrestling and he will always be number 1. And Randy, the next time I see you, I want you to get down and sort of shine my shoes because that's what you're good for, to shine Ox Baker's shoes. You're not there to stand there and say there was guys that could talk better than me. Because if you think about it, there always has to be a number 2, there always has to be a number 3, and there always has to be a number 1. And as long as Ox Baker has got a voice in his body, I can tell you one thing right in here and now. The number 1 talker, listen to me, Randy, the number 1 talker of all time was a fantastic Ox Baker. And it's not true that every night when I go home, my wife makes me do the dishes before we go to bed. Because I'm still, and always will be, the number 1 talker in all of wrestling.
Cut!
And Randy,
Cut!